Good morning, children. Today, let us again revise the different types of population growth forms, because this is an important topic, and in this chapter, this is the only portion which is a little difficult. Now, what is population growth forms? The graphs pattern obtained when the population growth is plotted against time is called the population growth form. And there are two types of population growth forms. First is the exponential or J-shaped, and the second is logistic or S-shaped, which you can see clearly in the present graph. So let us study about the first type of growth form. This is known as exponential or J-shaped growth form. Now in this, children, the population will increase to their maximum because there are no checks. There is unlimited supply of food and other resources. So the population can grow and grow and reproduce and increase in number till they reach the maximum. So in this, what happens? There are three phases. If you'll see, the first stage, the establishment phase, or we also call it lag phase. Second is exponential phase, and third is the crash phase. Now in the lag phase, children, there is a slow rise in population as the initial size of population is very small. Then as the population size reaches a takeoff, they start reproducing and increasing in number. It enters the second phase, and this is called as exponential phase or log phase. And this is shown by your J-shaped curve. Now during this phase, the population size rises rapidly. This increase is so rapid that soon the population size grows much beyond the carrying capacity of the environment. And due to the limited food and space which is available to the population, they are not able to support them. A point is reached when population declines suddenly due to mass scale deaths, and it is known as crash phase. Because in any environment, some resources will be limiting after a certain period of time. So this J-shaped growth form of population occurs in those cases where either the food chains are short or there is excessive human interference. It occurs mainly in many insect population. They show explosive increase in number during the rainy season but almost disappear towards the end of the season. Then there is another example, Arctic lemmings. This is a small mouse, show a slow increase in population for 3 years. In the summer of 4th year, the population increases explosively in Arctic regions of Norway and Sweden, eating up all the available food. And as the food disappears, these lemmings migrate towards seashores, enter the sea, and continue swimming till they are exhausted and they die. So this is an example of the exponential or J-shaped growth curve. And how can we show it? We show it by dn upon dt equals to rn. Now where d is the rate of change, n is the number of existing individuals, t is the time, and r is the intrinsic rate of natural increase. R is equal to birth minus death. So increase or decrease in population. So dn upon dt means the rate of change in population size, and this value of R depends in different populations. And if you see the flower beetle, the value of R is 0.12. The Norway rat has R value equal to 0.015, and the value of R in the Indian population during 1981 was 0.0205. So this is how we calculate the population. Now if we have the calculus and we have to calculate the population of an organism, this is the formula for this is this. NT equals to N naught ERT. In this, NT is population density after time t, and 0 is the initial population or the population density at time 0. R is the intrinsic rate of natural increase, that is birth minus death, and E is the base of the natural logarithms. And so this can be easily calculated. And if the resource conditions are unlimited, exponential growth can produce huge population density even in a very short period of time. Darwin was a scientist. He calculated that in the absence of checks, even slow growing animal like elephant can have explosion of population because of the exponential growth, because there are no checks. And another example, paramecium, it reproduces by binary fission once in 24 hours. So after 64 days you can count the number of individuals of paramecium in that area. So this is exponential growth. So mostly this may occur either in the laboratories, or if it occurs in nature, that will end with a crash phase. Most of the organisms will die suddenly. But the other growth model is known as the logistic growth model. Logistic growth model is the realistic growth model. It is more common type of population growth form. The initial phase is your lag phase, where there is slow increase in population size. Then after the population size reaches a take-off stage, they start multiplying. A period of exponential or log phase starts. Exponential means they start multiplying in a large number. It continues till environmental resistance comes into play. Now what is this environmental resistance? This environmental resistance means may be the biotic potential or the intrinsic rate. Biotic potential is the maximum potential or natality or birth rate which can be achieved when the environmental resources are not limiting. And intrinsic rate of natural increase or per capita increase in population is optimum when environmental conditions are favoring maximum natality, maximum births, and minimum mortality, and the number of deaths are very less. So biotic potential and intrinsic rate of natural increase are very high. If you take an example, a pair of flies, if allowed to reproduce unchecked, will produce a rapidly growing population that will cover almost the whole earth in a few years. So Darwin, what did he calculated? That any organism can reproduce in an unlimited number if they are given the favorable conditions. his theory was survival for the fittest. Survival for the fittest means not physically fit but reproductively fit. You are able to reproduce by producing maximum number of organisms. This is reproductively fit. Now if you will see, but in exponential growth the resources were unlimited, but in logistic growth there will be a certain limit, and this is known as the carrying capacity. So carrying capacity means an environment will produce some resistance. Maybe it may be a biotic like food, maybe competition, maybe pathogens, or it may be abiotic like it may be water or minerals or space or light. Some factors will be a limiting factor by which the population will remain always in control. So this can be represented by a sigmoid curve. Sigmoid curve in the beginning, that is a lag phase, slow increase in population, then exponential phase where the population is increasing to their maximum, but then it becomes little steady and it is known as the deceleration phase. Mostly a straight line. It leads to equilibrium phase when the population size reaches the point of carrying capacity of the area. See, this equilibrium phase is not static, it is a little wavy because it will remain steady, but it will depend upon the number of deaths and births. So it may be little more also or little less also, but it is almost steady. It shows regular but minor fluctuations around the mean. It may be due to the change of seasons, or it may be due to the environmental factors. So this is known as the S-shaped or sigmoid growth form, and it is also known as the logistic growth or Wurst-Pearl logistic growth model, and it is represented by the formula dn upon dt equals to Rn k minus n upon k. Here d is the rate of change, n is the number of existing individuals, t is the time, and dn upon dt is the rate of change in population size. Then r is the intrinsic rate of natural increase. This is birth minus death, while k minus n upon k is the environmental resistance, with k being the carrying capacity of that area. So these are the two different growth models, and these are very important. Try to understand them, because you have not to do any calculation, but you should know about them in detail. Thank you.